Hello, in this video we are going to look at how to call Java code, native Android Java code, and essentially, get some sort of response back from it. So this is great if you want to do something in Java. Maybe it hasn't made its way into Flutter yet, into Dart, because it's still newer than Java, or maybe you already have some libraries, some code. This is a great way of integrating pre-existing code without having to, convert it over. So the way you do this is actually pretty simple. What you want to do in your Dart file, let me close this down a second. In your Dart file, you're going to do import package Flutter, and you want to import the services.dart, and this will allow us to essentially create a service, a connection between the Dart file and the Java file. The next step for us is to go down to our home page. And what we want to do is create the actual platform connection. We can just do this as a static const, and I'm going to call this platform equals const, and it's a method channel. This requires this, I don't know where the H just came from. This requires a name, and for this name I'm going to put com.flutter.epic/epic. This can be really anything you want, but I think it's good to keep it in this sort of package name format, com.flutter.epic, and I put epic there just in case you want to interact with another channel as well. So you could have this, and then you could have sub channels, but the format is totally up to you. Next, what we are going to do is create a method, and I'm going to say void. Now I'm going to call it printy because it's just going to print something out. It's going to be an asynchronous method. Inside of here, we're going to have a string, which is going to be the value that is returned. We're going to have a try catch block, and in here we're going to say value equals await platform dot invoke method, and the method we are invoking is going to be printy. We don't need the curly braces, and we'll handle all of this on the Java side very soon. I'm going to put a catch here, and we can just print out the error. If there's any errors, there shouldn't be, but in case there is, and we're going to print out the value as well. This is going to be triggered when I press, well, I'll show you soon when I load it up. There's a button that says reverse in there from a previous tutorial. Don't ask me why it's got reverse. It's from my animations, I just told you anyway. And so we can just say printing. So now we're all set up on the Dart side of things. That's really all you need to do. And this value that we get back, you don't have to print it out. You could assign it to some other variable here. You could do some calculations. That's totally up to you. But I'm just going to print it out into the console just to keep things simple. Next, if you go to Android, this is where your Android project is. And if you notice there's an iOS, we'll cover all of that in a separate video. You want to go to App, ignore the red line, Source, Main, Java, and com.example.flutter.wrap. That is my package. Go to the main activity. And in here is the default, I don't know what just happened there, is the default Java code. So this is where we will be doing all of the magic to be able to run our Java code. So what we want to do here is have a private static final string, and this is going to be called channel. This is going to be equal to, make sure you get this correctly, this is going to be equal to exactly this. So you want to copy that, paste it. Also, I just want to let you know, if you have a little thing saying here set up SDK, just click it. I've already done it. A little pop-up will open. You'll have various stuff like Android Studio, Android, that sort of stuff. Just click the JDK and you'll be all good to go. But if you have any questions, just feel free to pop me a message. And now, so yeah, go and make sure this channel is exactly the same. And now what we can do is say new method channel get Flutter view based on the channel and we're going to do dot set method call handler. In here, we're going to say new method call handler dot method call handler. So this is basically what it looks like. All the source code we provide as well. So it's new method channel dot method call handler, and this method will be called whenever something is sent to this. But because we have done invoke method, we want to make sure that if we have multiple methods, we can handle that, because otherwise loads of them will just be, get triggered based on this little package name. In here, we can say if method call dot method is equal to, so dot equals, and then you put what you put here, this exact thing what you put invoke method. So if you put open close brackets here, make sure you put them there. If you didn't put it here, make sure you don't put them here, because it literally is just a string. And now to return a value back, you just do result dot success, and what you put in here is what gets returned back. So I'm just going to say hi from Java. Now we are ready to run it. So if we run it, another thing to bear in mind when you are doing modifications to your native Android side, you can't use the hot reload or the hot restart. You will have to, shut down the application and rebuild, either using the run method or the debug method, so that way it recompiles the Android side and puts that into the APK. So that's just something to bear in mind. So it will launch up any moment now, and we'll have a button that says reverse. Again, ignore what it says. And if I click it, we get hi from Java. And if we have a look, we do not have hi from Java anywhere here. It is right here. And if you had multiple methods, so if we had multiple invoke methods with different method names, you could have an else if and then another else if saying is the method call equal to this one or that one. That's really all there is to it. Obviously, you can make it more complex than this. You can use all your Java imports, all the complexities with the data structures. You can create your own classes, your own Java files, create instances of all of that stuff here. You can do that. You can do all of that stuff. And you can import your existing libraries as well. But this is the stepping stone. This is the foundation of connecting Dart to Java. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to return data back, not just call a method, but how to send data as a parameter to Java, and then we'll return something back as well. So that's really it. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message, and as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.